Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto4, Chapter 7, Text 55. Maitreya Vachan.
Maitreya Uvacha
Evam Bhagavata Dishtaha
एवं भगवता
Prajapati Patir Harim
Prajapati Patir Harim
Architva Kratuna Svena
अर्चिता
Kratuna Svena
Devan Ubhayato Ay
Ayachat
देवान् भयत
Hayato Ayachat.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The sage Maitreya said, thus Daksh, the head of all Prajapatis, having been nicely instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped Lord Vishnu. After worshipping him, by performing the prescribed sacrificial ceremonies, Daksh separately worshipped Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu should be offered everything, and his prasad should be distributed to all the demigods. This practice is still followed in the temple of Jagannath at Puri. There are many temples of demigods around the main temple of Jagannath, and the prasad, which is offered first to Jagannath, is distributed to all the demigods. So the first always, the bhoga is offered to Lord Vishnu, and his prasad is offered to the demigods, not the other way around. It's not that we offer the bhoga to demigods and then offer it to Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. No. First offer it to Krishna or Vishnu, then offer to the demigods. The deity of Bagalan is worshipped with the prasad of Vishnu, and also in the famous Lord Shiva temple of Bhuvaneshwar, the prasad of Lord Vishnu or Lord Jagannath is offered to the deity of Lord Shiva. This is the Vaishnava principle. In Jagannath Puri, there is the Bimla Devi temple of Durga Devi. So after Lord Jagannath is offered, then offered to Durga Devi, then offered to Lord Shiva. The pastime goes that once Narad Muni had visited Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu was having his prasad, he was eating, he was having his meal. So then Narad Muni asked Lakshmi Devi, can you please give me some remnants of the Lord? So she gave him some remnants of the Lord, and he was so blissful, so ecstatic. He was dancing in joy. And in that ecstasy, he went to Lord Shiva. He came across Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva told him, what's making you so ecstatic? Oh, I just had prasad of Lord Vishnu. Oh, please give me some. Oh, I barely have a little bit. So, okay, but whatever I have, okay, take a little bit. And Lord Shiva had it, and even he started dancing in ecstasy. Then Durga Devi said to Lord Shiva, oh, why are you dancing in ecstasy? What happened? He said, I had the prasad of Lord Vishnu. Oh, can I have some? Oh, I don't have any more. It's finished. She went to Lord Vishnu. She said, I also want your prasad. So then Lord Vishnu tells her, okay, in my temple of Jagannath, my first offering, you will get it. So after the offering is made to Jagannath, it's given to Bimla Devi, Durga Devi, and then given to Lord Shiva. And her temple is there near the temple of Jagannath. And so here is also mentioned that in Bhuvaneshwar, Lord Vishnu's prasad is offered to Lord Shiva. This is the Vaishnava principle. The Vaishnava does not deride even ordinary living entities, including the small ant. Everyone is offered proper respect according to his position. The offering, however, is in relation to the center, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu. The devotee who is highly elevated sees the relationship to Krishna in everything. He does not see anything as being independent of Krishna. That is his vision of oneness. Seeing everyone and everything in relation to Krishna, seeing everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. That is the vision of the advanced devotee. He does not see anyone or anything separate than Krishna, understanding that everyone is coming from Krishna. So, reading.
From
Did
here,
anyone want
that
to add?
means I had a
Yeah.
question. So
Yeah.
that means that when it is Ganesh Chaturthi, then we should offer it to Krishna first and then offer it to Ganesh ji. Does that mean that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First offer to Krishna and then offer to the
Hmm.
demigods.
Okay.
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 Rudram cha svena bhagena
Rudra
Rudram
Chasvena
Bhagena
upa dhavat samahitaha
Samahita
karmano davasanena
Karmana
Samena
somapan itaranapi
Somapan
Itaranapi
udavasya sahar vihi
Udvasya
Upavasya
Sahati
Saharvikihi
sasnav avabhratam tataha.
Tasno
Tasman Bhavritam
Tataha.
Tata
With all respect, Daksha worshipped Lord Shiva with his share of the remnants of the yajna. After finishing the ritualistic sacrificial activities, he satisfied all the other demigods and the other people assembled there. Then, after finishing all these duties with the priests, he took a bath and was fully satisfied. Lord Rudra Shiva was properly worshipped with his share of the remnants of the yajna. Yajna is Vishnu, and whatever prasad is offered to Vishnu is offered to everyone, even to Lord Shiva. Sridhar Swami also comments in this connection, Svena Bhagena. The remnants of the yajna are offered to all the demigods and others. So everyone gets a share of the prasad, which is offered to Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. Tasma api anubhavena
Tasmai api
Tasmati Anubhavena
sveneva vaptaradhase
Swene
Ava
Vaptaradhase
dharma eva matim datva
Dharma Eva Matim Datva
Tridashaste divam yayuho.
Tridash
Shri Devam Yayu.
Thus, worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu by the ritualistic performance of sacrifice, Daksh was completely situated on the religious path. Moreover, all the demigods who had assembled at the sacrifice blessed him that he might increase his piety, and then they left. Although Daksh was considerably advanced in religious principles, he awaited the blessings of the demigods. Thus, the great sacrifice conducted by Daksh ended in harmony and peace. We saw how before it had been disrupted to such a degree, but now everything is going on. He's able to complete the sacrifice, everyone's happy, everyone's giving him blessings. He's properly respecting everyone now. He's properly respected Lord Shiva. Evam dakshayani hitva
Evam Dakshayani
Hitva
sati purva kalevaram
Sati
Sati
Purva
Purva Kalevaram
jajne himvata kshetre
Jagne
Tatche Himvata Shetri
Sutre
Menayam iti Shushruma.
Mena
Menayamiti Sushruma.
Maitreya said, I have heard that after giving up the body she had received from Dakshayani, his daughter, took her birth in the kingdom of the Himalayas. She was born as the daughter of Mena. I heard this from authoritative sources. Mena is also known as Menaka and is the wife of the king of the Himalayas. So Sati is born as Parvati. That's why she's called Parvati. She is the daughter of the Parvat Himalaya. And the mother's name is Mena or Menaka. Tam eva daitam bhuya
tam evam tam
Eva Devatam Eva
avrinkte patim ambika
avram
Te Ambi Patim Ambika
ananya bhaveka gatim
Ananya
Anna
Bhaveka
Bhavevaka
Gatim
Gatim
shakti supteva purusham.
shakti
Shakti
supta
Shakti
Supdeva
Supteva
Purusham.
Purusham
Ambika, goddess Durga, who was known as Dakshayani Sati, again accepted Lord Shiva as her husband, just as different energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead act during the course of a new creation. So, Sati or Parvati ji, Durga Devi, she's Lord Shiva's eternal consort. She's eternally his consort. According to the verse of the Vedic mantras, Parasya Shaktir Vividheva Shruyate, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has different varieties of energies. Shakti is feminine and the Lord is Purusha, masculine. It is the duty of the female to serve under the Supreme Purusha. So everyone is Krishna's energy, Prakriti, and the Purusha, the original Purusha is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. We all belong to Him. He's the energetic, we are the energy. So when we say we are the energy, does not mean that we have no form. Yes, we have spiritual forms. The soul has a spiritual form. And the Lord also has a spiritual form. He's the Supreme Person. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, all living entities are marginal energies of the Supreme Lord. So the soul, we are called the marginal energy of the Lord. Why marginal? Because we are always on the margin, either in the spiritual energy, either under the shelter of spiritual energy or shelter of material energy. Sometimes we are here, sometimes we are there. That's why we are called marginal. Durga is the representation in the material world of both the marginal and external energies. And Lord Shiva is the representation of the Supreme Person. So Durga Devi, she is the personification of the external energy of Krishna, the material energy. She is the material energy of Krishna. And here, Prabhupada is writing that she is also the representation of the living entity. That she is also representing the living entity. And Lord Shiva, he is representing Krishna in the material world. The connection of Lord Shiva and Ambika or Durga is eternal. Sati could not accept any husband but Lord Shiva. How Lord Shiva remarried Durga as Himavati, the daughter of the Himalayas, and how Kartikeya was born is a great story in itself. So we can see Sati gave up her body, but yet Sati continued to live. It's not that after Sati burnt herself, she does not exist anymore. She is born as Parvati. She again marries Lord Shiva. Yes. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Etad Bhagavata Sambho
Etad Bhagavata Sambho
Karma Daksha Dvara Druhaha
Karma
Karma
Daksha
Karma
Daksha
Daksha
Dvara
Dharadurgaha
Shrutam Bhagavata Chisyad
Shrutam
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 Bhagavata
Bhagavata Shishya
Yad
Udavan में बृहस्पति है
Udvat
Udavan
Me
me
Brihaspati.
Brihaspati.
Maitreya said, My dear Vidur, I heard the story of the Dakshayagya, which was devastated by Lord Shiva from Uddhav, a great devotee and a disciple of Brihaspati. So Maitreya is also telling from where did he hear this story. Not that these stories are made up. No, they're coming in the disciplic succession. So he heard it from Uddhav. Uddhav is a disciple of Brihaspati. Idam pavitram param isha chestitam
Idam
Idam
Pavitram
Pavitram
Param Ishtam
Paramamsha
Vijistam
Chistitam
yashasyam ayusham aghauga marshanam.
Yashas
Yashasya
Ayusham
Ayusham
Avarushanam
Bhogam
Adhogamashanam
Shrimanam
Yo nityada karnya naro nukirtayed.
Yo
Yada
Nityadakarna
Naro
Nayo Anukirtayed
Dunoti agam kaurava bhakti bhavatah.
Dunoti Agam Gaurava Bhakti
Bhakti
Bhavataha.
The great sage Maitreya concluded, if one hears and again narrates with faith and devotion the story of the Dakshayagya as it was conducted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, then certainly one is cleared of all contamination of material existence, O son of Kuru. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Sacrifice Performed by Daksh. So here is Falashruti. There is a great benediction that if we hear this narration which we heard with faith and devotion and we repeat it, we hear it and we speak about it, then all our material contamination goes away. So these narrations in Bhagavatam, they are not ordinary narrations. It's not like reading any other novel or book or thinking that what good is it going to do to me? It's happened millions of years ago. Why is it relevant to me? What they do is they take away our contamination. They help us to clean the dust on the mirror of our heart, our consciousness, and reveal our identity. That's what is written. Certainly one is cleared of the contamination of material existence. So yeah, feels good to have that. We finished the chapter 7. Did anyone want to say anything?
No.
Okay, so we are beginning with chapter 8. Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. Maitreya Vacha Sanakadya Naradascha
Maitreya
Maitri Uvacha
Uvacha
Sanakadya Narasya
Prabhur Hamso Runir
Ridhu
Shurunirite
Naite Grahan Brahmasuta
Na
Naiti Grahan
Grihan
Brahmasuta
Brahmasuta
Hi Avasan Urdhva Retasaha.
He
He Avasan Uddha
Ashwananurdhvarate
Retas
Retasha
The great sage Maitreya said the 4 great Kumara sages headed by Sanak, as well as Narad, Ribu, Hams, Aruni, and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home, but became Urdhvareta or Neshtika Brahmacharis unadulterated celibates. So Maitreya is continuing to speak to Vidur. The system of brahmacharya has been current since the birth of Brahma. A section of the population, especially male, did not marry at all. Instead of allowing their semen to be driven downwards, they used to lift the semen up to the brain. They are called urdhva reta saha, those who lift up. So brahmachari, we see even the four Kumaras, they were brahmacharis, Narad Muni. Semen is so important that if by the yogic process one can lift the semen up to the brain, he can perform wonderful work. One's memory is enabled to act very swiftly, and the duration of life is increased. Yogis can thus perform all kinds of austerity with steadiness and be elevated to the highest perfectional stage, even to the spiritual world. Vivid examples of brahmacharis who accepted this principle of life are the four sages, Sanat, Sanandana, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar, as well as Narad and others. So the brahmacharis, they put their semen, they lift it upwards, urdhva reta saha, and they can perform wonderful work. Memory is enabled, act very swiftly, and long life. So another significant phrase here is Naite Grahan hi avasan. They did not live at home. Griha means home as well as wife. In fact, home means wife. Home does not mean a room or a house. One who lives with a wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasi or brahmachari, even though he may live in a room or in a house, does not live at home. So, griha means living with a wife, not just living in a home or a room. That they did not live at home means that they did not accept a wife, and so there was no question of their discharging semen. Semen is meant to be discharged when one has a home, a wife, and the intention to beget children. Otherwise, there is no injunction for discharging semen. So they were brahmacharis. So here the idea to understand is if someone is living with a wife, then he is a grihast. That's what the point is. These principles were followed from the beginning of creation, and such brahmacharis never created progeny. This narration has dealt with the descendants of Lord Brahma from Manu's daughter Prasuti. Prasuti's daughter was Dakshayani or Sati, in relation to whom the story of the Dakshayagya was narrated. So we have been hearing of the descendants of Swayambhuva Manu. We heard about Devahuti, we heard about Prasuti. Devahuti, Kardama Muni's wife, Lord Kapila's mother, Prasuti, Sati's mother, Daksha's wife. Maitreya is now explaining about the progeny of the sons of Brahma. Out of the many sons of Brahma, the brahmachari sons headed by Sanak and Narad did not marry at all, and therefore there is no question of narrating the history of their descendants. So of course they don't have any children, Narad Muni and the four Kumaras. So now the story is going to go on to Dhruva Maharaj. To Maharaj Uttanpad. He was the son of Swayambhuva Manu. So we'll stop here for today.
Yes.
The three daughters have been described, right? Akuti, Prasuti, and Akuti. So, and now the sons, the two sons,
Yeah.
right?
Now Dhruva Maharaj, because Dhruva is
Father.
the son of Uttanpad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was one more, right? Two sons of Swayambhu Manu. Later they will be
Yeah.
described. So now it's an...
We'll be
Yeah.
hearing about him.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.